Hello gurus, welcome to another episode. I hope you're having a beautiful day. We're going to jump into the charts for Bitcoin. Last night we had a 20,000 Bitcoin buy that spiked Bitcoin's price straight up and it liquidated my shorts on Ethereum, and I closed my Ethereum short and it liquidated my Bitcoin short. My goal is again not to win every trade. My goal is to maximize my wins and limit my losses with tight stop losses. That's what happened yesterday. My shorts got closed, which I'm quite surprised about. So my thinking is that a lot of Russians are moving their money into Bitcoin to escape these sanctions that are going around all around the world on their bank accounts, on their assets. And that's why Bitcoin dropping down strongly, because of the news of war, but because of all the money from all Russians around the world moving into Bitcoin. I think that's what's spiking up the price. And we're going to see that continuously happen, I believe. For the short term, we're going to see a lot of Russian money moving into Bitcoin. Now, that's actually dangerous in my opinion. Why? Because this is going to be a way to escape sanctions. And then the US government is going to try to do things to stop those escaping sanctions, which that they sanctioned the Russians. And now Russians all moving into Bitcoin to escape these sanctions. Then the US government will then try to do something to Bitcoin to stop this escape of the sanctions. So short term, I think there's going to be a Bitcoin pump, but now we're getting to dangerous territory. Now it is literally Bitcoin is fighting the old world system. Now it's really Bitcoin versus the governments, and Bitcoin, it's always been that way, but now it's really coming to the forefront because the US government is creating all these sanctions on all the banks, on all their assets, and at the same time, Bitcoin is a way to escape these sanctions. So now it's really coming down to this fight between Bitcoin, the USA, Russia, and the entire world, and it's going to get very interesting. It's going to get very volatile. Volatility is a really nice time for trades. To move all assets into Bitcoin or buy up a lot of Bitcoin down here, in my opinion, in the long run, there is a lot of fear. So buying Bitcoin down here is quite good, but I would ladder in. I wouldn't never go all in one go. Always ladder in. That's always my recommendation. You have to always do your own due diligence, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing in the markets. I'm going to start laddering into Bitcoin down here and still make trades. I've got millions and millions of USD on the sidelines that I'm going to move into Bitcoin as well. But I'm going to ladder in slowly because I do believe if the US tries to sanction Russians and they're escaping into Bitcoin, then the US government's going to turn on Bitcoin and we could have some short-term volatility in that aspect, which is again good for trading. So at the moment, just doing lots of trades. Hit the subscribe button to follow my trades, join nearly 70,000 people, smash up the thumbs up button. Let's jump into the technicals for Bitcoin now. So technicals for Bitcoin on the 4 hourly now, we've got, look at this volume that came in, and this is the spike that liquidated my shorts. Look at that spike in an 8 hour period. There was 45,000 Bitcoin bought in a 12 hour period, 55,000 in an 8 hour period. And look at this buying. It was constant buying volume for all of yesterday during this. After the big drop on the announcement of the war, it was just lots of money flowing into Bitcoin that pushed it back up. And that was quite surprising. We have huge volume coming in. All-time high volume came into Bitcoin. Look, if I go onto the daily, and again, you can learn all this with my 6,000 students to know what we're doing in the crypto course. Look at the volume. We had almost all-time high volume on Bitcoin. You can see here, this is the volume. So volume is how much buying and selling occurred on the day. So this is the volume indicator. You can see this volume indicator. Volume predicts price. Volume gives you a lot of different indications when it comes to technical analysis. And look at the volume prior in 2021. This is the volume we had in 2021. This was when we had that big drop in April 2021. Look at the volume down here. And now look at the volume. We have all-time high. Never before have we seen so much volume on Bitcoin. And that's quite amazing. And that's because of all these geopolitical things, these wars and everything that's occurring. My theory was that Bitcoin would create a shoulder, head, and then create a second shoulder and then drop. That's what my theory, and that's kind of playing out. We are creating this shoulder at the moment. On the 4 hourly, the stochastic is also overbought, turning down. So it is overbought, turning down. That's the time to be shorting, but opening a short here is quite dangerous because it had so much buying volume, so many billions of dollars moved into Bitcoin yesterday, in my assumption, from the Russians. So here is a very difficult point to be really opening some big longs here. So I'm going to be very cautious here and longing and shorting. We're still in a kind of downward trend line based off this. The upper end, if we get to the upper end of this trend line, it's 41,000. And in the short term, it does kind of look like a W formation is kind of forming now. But again, this is a very dangerous place where we're going in. On the 4 hourly, we're overbought. On the EMA ribbons, we're inside the EMA. We spiked through them, then they're getting rejected, and that's quite surprising because we haven't gone through the EMA ribbon since the 16th of February. VPVR, we have a lot of buying pressure. This is the highest buying and trading that happened on Bitcoin ever before, was at the 38,000. So a big war was fought at this point. Now we have a lot of support here, 38, 37, 38,000, 37,000. There's a lot of support for Bitcoin. Let's also see the moving average cross. The death cross occurred to head down on the 4 hourly. Also, stochastic is overbought, heading down. Squeeze mob is going to the green side now, and money is flowing into Bitcoin. Here is a very difficult place to make a trade. Here is difficult place on Bitcoin. We're going to have to look at Ethereum to see. I would lean to with the pump. The problem is shorting it right now is so hard, because then all of a sudden billions of dollars move into Bitcoin and you get this mega pump. I was short yesterday. My shorts were $2,000, $3,000 in the profits, and then big in one hit with a 20,000 Bitcoin buy, it just got liquidated. So right now shorting is a very dangerous point. We have a huge support at 32K, and a W formation is forming. So I'm leaning more towards the longing, but again, here is dangerous. You need to be using very low leverage and very tight stop losses. If I do long Bitcoin here, I'll make a tight stop loss below this W, because if the W formation fails, it's a weird W, but it's still kind of a W. If this formation fails, that's the trade that I can take with the resistance on the downward trend line. So up here at 42,000. So I'm risking 2,300 to make 4,200. So 1.8 ratio trade. That's an okay trade to be taking. Let's look on the hourly. On the hourly, we're heading down. A cup and handle seems to be forming here on the hourly. But again, this big spike that liquidated my shorts yesterday was a 20. Look at this. This in 1 hour, that was the spike of volume. In 1 hour, 21,000 Bitcoin was bought in one hit. And that, in my assumption, is oligarchs, Russian oligarchs, trying to escape the sanctions, moving billions into Bitcoin. That's what I think happened at that point. And now cup and handle formation is forming. But again, difficult place here to make a trade, because we're also downward trending. So right now, I'm going to be actually holding off on making a trade on Bitcoin. Let's check out Ethereum. I'm going to hold off on making a trade here. My feelings and my assumption and what I'm seeing on the technicals with this volume coming in is indicating that we go long here with the target of here, 42,000. But again, this is a dangerous place to be making a trade with these constant ridiculous spikes in either direction. 42,500. Would be the target if it does head up. I'm going to buy, and the stock market also, shockingly, yesterday, if you followed my live trades, I bought a lot of stocks. I bought Tesla, which spiked up massively after my buy. I made huge gains in the stock market yesterday. Almost 10% of my portfolio I made in one day in the stock market. I bought Uber, which went up 7.6%. Look at the spike up in Uber. I bought Facebook, which I'm shocked about, because during a war, you shouldn't have big spikes up in the markets. It should be a time of great panic and fear. But the market spiked up, which I was surprised. I did a lot of buying before the market opened, because I did see that was potentially going to happen. But still, I'm surprised about it, and this is making me cautious. On the Ethereum charts, on the 4 hourly, we're overbought, turning to head down with a lot of buying volume. And this Ethereum also, look at the spikes up because of Bitcoin. Also a lot of buying pressure. Ethereum went from my short being 2,000 in profits to 2,300 all the way up to 2,700 in very short period of time. And that kind of looks like a bottoming formation with a lot of volume. Also on Bitcoin, it looks like a bottoming formation because we have a double bottom. I'll show you on Bitcoin also. Here on Bitcoin, if we go onto the daily, we have a double bottom formation with a confirmation of a lot of volume. So a double bottom looks like this. We have a spike down here and we have a spike down here. That's a double bottom. So it created a double bottom here, and each of the spikes had volume, and the second spike had bigger volume. So in technical analysis, that's a confirmation of a double bottom. So we could actually have formed a double bottom here, but again, it's with all-time high volumes. Again, that's also a confirmation, but it's difficult time to be really you've got to be very cautious here with tight stops during this market conditions because of the US-Russian war, etc., and all the things that happened, Ukraine and Russian war. But again, huge volume. Same on Ethereum, we also had a double bottom formation with confirmation of a double bottom with large amounts of volume. So both of them. if I was to open a trade, it would be actually taking Bitcoin on the double bottom, going towards, because until the US government sanctions Bitcoin, I do believe we could head up with just Russians converting their money into Bitcoin. So I would actually take this trade, but a smaller one. And I'm going to buy Bitcoin for my long-term holdings, because with all this fear, it is a nice time to be buying Bitcoin anyway. If you want to see laddering in, but not all in one go, if you want to trade the way you're seeing me do, underneath this video, hit the subscribe button, join nearly 70,000 subscribers, click the join button. You would have seen my trades live in stocks and cryptocurrencies. And if you want to trade Bitcoin, Bybit trading Bitcoin link. This link down below, you get a sign-up bonus of 4,100 USD when you sign up to Bybit. And there's also a promotion right now. If you sign up and start trading within 24 hours, you're going to the chance to win 5,000. You can also scan this QR code on your phone. If you scan this QR code, it will open you up into Bybit. And this is the trading software that I use. It will open this trading software. And in here, I have $100,767, 2.6 Bitcoin. It's all nearly USDT, 96,000 of USDT. I'm going to buy some Bitcoin for long-term holdings now, because it did look like a bottom formation. I'm going to just buy a small amount of Bitcoin. I'm going to buy, I put a limit order. You're watching me buy Bitcoin right now. I'm going to buy around $20,000, or let's ladder in slower, $15,000 of Bitcoin. So 0.34 Bitcoin, almost half a Bitcoin. Confirmed, buying, done. I just bought $15,000 worth of Bitcoin, and now it's in my account, 0.34 Bitcoin I just bought for almost $15,000, 0.39 Bitcoin. I'm also going to open a small long on Bitcoin, but just a small one, because the fluctuations in the market right now are a little bit crazy. So it needs to be very tight with tight stop losses. So I'm opening a long on Bitcoin. My long on Bitcoin is open. My stop loss will be, I'm going to set a stop at 42, take profit at 42,500 and stop loss at 36,000. So stop loss 36,000, and my take profit at 42,646. So 42,646. So 239 profit on $125 risk. That's my trade. So almost 2 to 1. Confirmed, and my trade is now open 1.5%, $3.30. My Bitcoin position, my trade is now set. It's just a small one. Where I would ladder in more is if we break a downward trend line on Bitcoin. But again, it's difficult to make huge trades here. Buying for long-term spot like I just did on Bitcoin is possible for the long term, because we are quite low and there has been a lot of fear. So starting to enter Bitcoin here is in that sense good and laddering in. But opening big trades right now with so much volatility is dangerous. Make sure you're using very low leverage or very tight stop losses. So those are my trades on Bitcoin. Also, this is just some memes that were shared to me. Art theft then, art theft now, save image. NFTs. Brazil Senate moves to accept crypto with approval of bill. This is the 20,000 Bitcoin buy that happened yesterday that liquidated my short positions. Crazy spike up in buying. You saved me. Thank you. You helped me. I opened a short and closing profit. Thank you. First, your call and trade on short position was marvelous. Thank you, Zim. This is some NFT designs and character designs from Magic Craft game that are coming, which is beautiful. MCRT is the token. James, you have saved me from losing major money at least 3 times since September last year. On every occasion, you're the only one giving out a warning when everyone else was moon-calling. James, I just want to thank you. You've called a few weeks ago. The drop, you helped me save my portfolio. Thank you, brother. James, you saved me 85,000 US dollars. Sold Matic at $100.40 when you advised sell all. Thank you for doing your trades live. Makes you stand out. Guys, if you're new to crypto leverage, please take James' course first. You can also take the crypto course, everyone. And the links are down below to get the crypto course. You can join 6,000 students where I teach you day trading, etc., etc. The links are down below. Thank you for watching. I am going to do, there is also, I was requested by my Bitcoin trade up $4. I was requested by some Ukrainian citizens. If you want, there is a charitable donation link. Deposit Bitcoin here to this link. You can scan the QR code or use this wallet address if you would like to help support Ukrainians. Dr. Javan is organizing the charity. So if you'd like, there is a Bitcoin deposit. Their goal is to help feed people and get people out of Ukraine. I condemn all war and any killing in any way. Anyone that thinks any killing is justified for any reason, you're brainwashed. If you're killing another human being, you're brainwashed and you're doing something extremely evil that's going to destroy your entire life. Everyone go towards peace. Let's pray for everyone in Ukraine and Russia. Let's hope it doesn't escalate further. In my opinion, it is going to escalate further, unfortunately. If if I left Ukraine 1 week ago. If you've been following my videos, if you are in Ukraine, get out. I've been told that you can go towards the Moldovan border, the Romanian border if you're a woman. Women and children can go to the Romanian border and the Moldovan border and get out now, because I have a lot of information coming to me from more than 100,000 people, and it's going to escalate a lot more severely than people expect. If you're a male, now today they made it that you cannot leave Ukraine if you're 16 to 60 years old, that you can't leave Ukraine and that you have to fight. If you are a male, my recommendation is go to the Polish border and sit on the Polish border until Ukraine is classed as refugee status, then exit. Don't fight, don't die for lines on a map that someone drew 400 years ago. You're just pawns in a game of kings, so be very careful. Don't risk your life for anything. Get your family out. Even if you don't want to have a family raised in a war zone anyway. Thank you for watching, everyone. Peace for everyone. You're all brothers and sisters. Don't forget that all this political bullshit is just trying to divide you. Don't kill anyone for any reason. Hit the subscribe button, smash the thumbs up button. This is James from Crypto Guru, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.